Welcome to today's workout, superset strength. You're going to be seeing sets of leg movements and upper body movements. Equipment today is a variety of weights. If you have a bench, you could use it, or just a mat on the ground works perfectly fine. And if you're new to this channel, welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you do not miss any workouts. We're going to start with a nice 3-minute warm-up because we want to build that heat before we start lifting those weights. Start with some squats. So sit back into your heels and rise all the way up with a strong, long spine. And then as you get warmer, I want you to get a little deeper in that squat. And then every body has a different range. So sometimes if you feel like you're a little stuck, you can go a little wider in the feet or stay close. Start to circle back the arms. Really lengthen all the way up and back. Embrace your core. Reverse this, go the other direction. And then we're going to start to lunge back. So take this right leg, lunge back, reach up and switch. Bending both knees. And you get a little stretch in that hip flexor. Big arms here, get the shoulders warm. Open up into a straddle. I want you to just hinge forward all the way down, bend your knees, and then reach it up. So again, we're gonna hinge forward, all the way down, bend the knees, sweep it up. So tipping with a long spine, drop your butt, and then bring it all the way up. And then from here, a nice twist in your waist. Pivot on that foot. And then make it a step touch. So we really want to get nice and warm in the entire body. You can bring it in the front. Turn the hands different directions. And pinch between the shoulder blades. All right, a little kick. So we're just going to kick that foot forward, a little march. Kick, 1, 2, 3. If you need to, it can be a knee up. And see if you can touch your toe. All right, a nice big inhale, the body is warm, elbows to your back pockets, reach it out in that T, and roll it back. Our first superset block is bent over row with a chest press. We're doing 15 repetitions, back to back those 2 exercises, take a little break, and then do it again. I'm gonna be grabbing my 12s. And because we're trying to be the most efficient and effective with our time, we're doing both arms at the same time. So I'm gonna hinge forward with a flat back, arms are long, brace the core, and pull the weight all the way up to where I feel I can, and release. So we're gonna go for 15 repetitions here. Now, if you get a little fatigued prior to, you stop, and then we can go right into that chest press. I keep it wide to make it hard. If you have really heavy weights, maybe you go for narrow, but I'm keeping a wide grip here. I've got 5 to go. And again, when you come to the top, pause, then bring it down. There's my 15. I'm staying with my 12s. Reset and go right to that chest press. I'm gonna use my bench. You can always do it on the ground. Arms are out wide, and I press it up. Pretend like you have a barbell, so you don't want to be pushing the weights toward one another. I keep it wide. And if my feet were on the floor, my knees would be bent, my tailbone would be a little bit tucked, bracing the core. Full extension up to the ceiling, and you exhale on the push to the top. There's 14 and 15. All right, we come up. If you need that water, you do a quick sip of water. You take a moment, stretch out anything. And when we go back into the second set, you ask yourself, hey, should I go heavier or was I A-okay with where I was? Because if you felt like you could do more, maybe you go a little heavier. All right, that's enough rest. We're gonna go back into the back. Bent over row. Have your set position. Pull your shoulders back and begin those rows. Elbows go up and back. And again, I'm gonna keep it wide, but here's that other option. I could go narrow. And while you're here, pull that belly up and in. Work your pelvic floor. One more is 15. Right into chest press. So this is where this is what makes it a superset, is we don't break. And we start at the bottom and press it up. And because I'm just working chest and back, I'm not gonna worry about my legs being up, because sometimes I know people like to get more done. Remember, we're gonna keep it basic today. Really focus on getting the most out of the movement. Got you for 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. All right, we come up, take a breather, put your weights back. I'm gonna grab a sip of water, and we're gonna go into our second block. Block 2 is focusing on shoulders. We're gonna be going into a reverse fly and a shoulder press. The fly is gonna be lighter. I'm gonna go heavy for my press. Let's start with the press first. I'm using my 12s. You can have hand position facing in or out. Shoulder issues, this feels better. If you got some issues, this might feel a little awkward or not comfortable, not awkward. All the way up, so here's that shoulder press. This is a great one to do seated. So if you have a stability ball or a chair, because then you're not gonna use anything else. But if it gets heavy, you can always add some legs. And we wanna be in control. You bring it up, you bring it down. So I'm coming down to about the ears, one more here. And that gives you 15. Bent over fly. I'm using 8 so that I can have, or sorry, 5s, so I have a good range of motion. I tip forward just like we did in the bent over row, and I open up to shoulder height. And this is so good for our posture. And then long spine, look out in front. Really pinch between the shoulder blades. Give me one more, there's 15, and relax. So a quick stretch, you could round, you could do one arm in front, you could reach it up. You could do some jump rope, whatever you want to do. So we're going to go back to that second round now. Go for that heavier weight for the shoulder press. Get in your set position. Maybe you try it seated this time. And begin those shoulder presses. So So there's no magic in the workout, right? It's all about consistency and getting to that little bit of an edge where you feel like, woo, okay, that was challenging. Because remember, that change, that challenge means change. There's 14, and we got those 15. All right, here it is. That fly, reverse fly. If you need threes, go for the threes. If it's too much, go with no weight. I'm hinging forward, roll the shoulders back, and then bring it to that shoulder height. And I'll let you see this view here. So I'm just slightly about a 45-degree angle down. And again, you pause for just a brief second. And 15. Super. That block is over. Again, hydrate. Get that water in, helps your system even more so. So get that drink of water. We're moving into block 3. This superset is focused on lower body. We're gonna start with lunges and then make our way to the ground for single leg bridges. So everything is a single leg. So my right leg is gonna be forward, left leg is back. I'm in a lunge position here. And I'm gonna go for my heaviest weight because you know, your legs are carrying your weight all day long. They can go for something heavy. So right leg is forward, left leg is back, have them separated, and then weight can rack. I like my weight up at the top. And then I'm gonna bend that knee to knee 90 degree and press away. So let's start here. Here's 1, push away. Now things that can make this a little bit harder, hey, you can put that back foot up on a bench, make it a Bulgarian lunge. You can lean a little bit forward as you drop. You can make it a smaller range. But we're gonna work the leg in a standing position and then go right to that same leg and work it in a bridge. So one more is 15. Weight goes down. Lie down. My right foot stays on the floor. Left leg is up, or I can cross it. Elbows, bring them to the mat, and I'm gonna push the hips up, drop the hip, press it up. So we have 15 single leg bridge. Use the exhale on the up. Bridges are so good for us. Our back, our glutes, your posture. Really push it up as high as you can. There's 14 and 15. Whoo, did you feel that? I felt that. Here we go. This one we're not gonna take break. We're gonna go right to the other side because that leg is ready. Lunges. Left leg forward, right leg is back. Roll the shoulders and then drop into that lunge. And then from the bottom, we can push away. Okay, rack it up at the top. And make it the hardest version that you can. And it's okay if your knee touches the floor. Mine's gonna like kiss the ground and then push away. Things that can make it feel different, change your tempo. You could add another set. You could hit pause, do one more round. $15. Okay, here we go for that single leg bridge. Just make sure you don't have anything that you're gonna bang into. Hips are down, elbows in, now drive them up. Left leg stays on the floor. And start the drop and lift. Press into the heel of that left leg and really push the hips up. And the more you do these exercises, like if you struggle in the beginning, by the time you've done this a third or fourth time, you're gonna nail it. I think I got you for one more. And relax. All right, let's go back to that first leg, because we wanna be efficient and effective, right? Because I know you got other things to do in your day. But this is an important part of your day, right? This is gonna create a stronger body. Get in that lunge, right leg forward, and start that drop and push. All right, see if you can lean a little bit more. Push a little bit more. That's a great range there, come on. Push all the way through the heel on the bottom. Three, 2, and 15. Woo! How'd you like that counting? All right, let's bridge it. Right leg stays. I'm gonna flip it around. Right leg on the ground. All right, hips down, leg up. Start however you want. I might change it all the time. Here we go, drive the hips up. If you want more challenge, right, you could have a booty band on. You could have a weight on your hip. You could pulse for the whole time that I'm doing this. You could have your foot on a bench. Look at all those great options. Or you stay basic. Totally works. What gets you the results? Consistency. There's 15. Woo, all right. Spire up the other leg, and then I'll give you that break. See, I think I'm wearing the wrong pants, so you see me pulling them up all the time? Left leg forward, right leg back, rack it up. Sink into that lunge for me. Let's start from the bottom, lean it forward if you want, and press away. Think of a long spine, chin off the chest, eyes look out in front. And then putting weight up on the shoulders is good for bone density of your spinal cord. So you have 5 to go. Press it away. Here comes that the bridge. It's gonna be that left leg on that ground. Get in your position, fix your ponytail, right? And then let's go for the drive. Get that foot ready, press it up. You can even think about the inside of your foot that's on the ground. Can help you out. There's 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, nice job. Give them a hug, or if you need a little stretch, right here. Beautiful. All right, rock it up. We're getting ready for the next block, and we're gonna focus on the arms. Block 4, bicep curls and tricep extensions. Grab something moderate. I'm gonna use 10 pounds for 15 reps in my curls. And I am gonna sit on my bench to do my bicep curls here. I'm gonna lean back. So here would be the option if I'm standing. I'm gonna take a foot back, lean back for those curls. Just opens it up to be a little harder. So leaning back, squeezing the fist to the shoulder. We got 12 repetitions. And then I'm not gonna use any other part of my body here as I do this bicep curl. Hey, your core's gonna work to stabilize you. And again, you exhale as you bring the weight up. So just 5 more big curls here. There is your 15. Now we're gonna go into those overhead extensions. I'm gonna go for those 8s. And again, I'm gonna sit, or if you wanna stand up, you can. I start with the arms right by my ears, narrow, and then as they drop, they're gonna open up slightly. So let's start those overhead extensions. There's 1 and up. And this can be done if you have 1 heavy dumbbell. You could just use that 1 heavy dumbbell. Or if you wanna stand up, you could definitely stand up. But when I'm sitting here, I'm gonna really lengthen that spine, pull the abs up and in. So we got 5 to go. And how low do you go? It really depends on your elbows. Last one here. That's 15, okay. Little break. Stretch it out, right? You can do a little quick stretch of the triceps. And how much time we break, it really depends on how hard you went. So if you felt like you need a breather, take another moment, you can hit pause. I'm ready to go back into the bicep curls, into that seated position. Again, I'm gonna lean back, I'll face you this time. I'm gonna lean back, open up the chest, and go into the curl. If you wanna get fancy, you can find balance, you can take the feet from the floor. There's always a way to level up. But what I want is amazing posture, right? There's always a way to improve your posture. That's 10. When you come to the top, you're not resting it, you're squeezing at the top. Get the most out of this. 14, 15. All right, relax for just 1 moment. I'm gonna sit right here. I'm gonna keep my 10s and go into the overhead extensions. They're up, narrow, bend back, straighten out. That's your 1. And then grow another inch taller. And I'm feeling my biceps touch my ears when I bring it up. This is a much better weight for me. How about you? Did you pick something a little bit heavier? Here's 13, 14, and finished. Woo. All right, so from those arms, we're gonna go back into some legs here. Starting with a squat. I'm gonna load up at the top again for a heavy squat. I'll be using my 12s. I'm gonna make it a little more interesting. I'm gonna do a moving squat. If you feel uncomfortable, stay with a set foot position in your squats. Loading up, start with the feet in a narrow position, stepping out, squatting, come in, left. That's 2. And it really depends on how deep you can go into that squat. You can stay more narrow or go for wider. And we'll do 16, so we kind of balance it out from each side here. 1 more in each direction, and the heart rate comes up. All right, I'm keeping this weight. I'm doing deadlifts. Deadlift. I bring the feet, separate them. Feels like I'm shaving my legs with my weights. Knuckles go to the shoes. Then I come all the way back up. Tip forward, start your deadlift. So a slight bend in the knees, push the hips back, pull the abs in, and then rise up. Lengthen out from the crown of your head. Inhale, you lower. Exhale, you come up. Hits the back of the legs and your low back. How low do you go? Hey, if you just go below the knees, you're still gonna work the same area. That's 10. My feet are a good shoulder width, if not a little bit more than the shoulders. One more. And relax. Great job. I'm gonna keep my weights up here. Sometimes a little stretch in the back feels good. So when we're building muscle, right, it's gonna help us with our metabolism. The more muscle that we have, right, our metabolism is gonna be a little higher. And as we age, we tend to lose muscle mass. So this is why it's super important for you, you know, especially as you age, to keep doing these workouts, these strength workouts, at least 3 times a week. Here we go, back into deadlift, squats, moving squats. So set that habit now. Move any leaves you might have in the way. Step it out and squat. Get a good range. And the whole time I'm zipping up my core. And I can feel my butt rubbing back on my bench. That's 10. All right, one more to each side. And deadlifts right into it. If you need to get heavier, I'll give you a moment. Here's the deadlift, set position. Hinge it with strong long. Push the hips forward when you come up. And we do not need to go fast here, right? Because this could hurt your back. So again, if you only need to go to the knees, pause and come up. And you could even, if you're a little bit more advanced, you keep the legs straighter. But if you got tightness back there, girl or guy, you need to bend those knees. Here's 11. One more. And relax. Great, put that weight down. Give it a little stretch, give it a little love, whatever it needs. Ooh. I'm gonna do a straddle stretch here. And then bring it on in. This last block, we're gonna be focusing in the core. We're gonna be starting off with a sit-up and then flipping it into a forearm plank. We're gonna start in seated position, come all the way down onto your back. Option, if you wanna level up, use a weight. So I'm gonna show you first without the weight. My hands are by my ears. It's like I'm covering my ears. I'm gonna pull the right knee in and then the left knee. If I need some more neck support, I have my hands underneath the head. Here's that option with the weight. Pull it in and switch. I'm gonna keep it without. Hey, a towel is great too. If you've got some tension in your neck, or maybe you need to de-stress a little bit more, put the towel back there. So here we go. Take the right knee in, crunch to it, and switch. Now, when I bring the knee in, I'm gonna try to tuck my tailbone, press that low back into the mat. I get a little bit more activation there versus doing a sit-up without leg movement. So that leg movement is going to increase muscle stimulation here. So we're going to do 20 of these. So there's 14. Really exhale as the knee comes in. There's 20. Now we're going to flip it and come into forearm plank. Oh, the siren's going. We're getting hot now. Hip drops. Knees or toes. I'm gonna drop the hip to the front, come center, then back. I can stay on the knees and just drop a little bit to each side. So let's hold that forearm plank for a moment. Tuck under slightly. Push the shoulders down and let's drop to the front, center, back. So this is 5, 6, and what do you think we can do? Think we can get 20? I think we can. So I chose these 2 exercises because they work a little bit differently, each one of them in the core. 15. There's 20. Hold center for a moment, reset, and relax. Okay, go back to that first movement. Take a moment. If you feel like you need a stretch in your back, or like me, fix your pants. And if you want that weight, you're gonna go for it. But even when the hands are behind the head, it's gonna add more resistance. All right, get in set position, and then take the exhale, right knee in, pause, and switch. If you're one of those people that loves to level up, hey, ankle weight. You can get them cheap, Five Below, Marshalls. Remember, tuck under. And when we think about building muscle, right, same thing with the core, you have to add resistance. So that's why we're lifting a leg. That's why we're lifting the head. If you want more resistance, you add that weight. And we may do a few more. Normally I'm pretty good at counting, but there's a lot of sirens going on. I was a little distracted. How about you? We'll do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, flip it right into that forearm plank. Now you know all the options. You do the hardest version that you, yes, you, my friend, that you can do. Get in it. Let's start to the back, center, and front. That's 2. Don't sink in your shoulders. Pull up and in. There's 11. Should be a 18, 19, 20. Hold this, tuck under, fix your pants, do what you need to. Come on, drag yourself on the mat. Tuck it under more, pull up and in more. This is what holds your guts in. Yeah, and release. Child pose, give it a stretch back here. Building muscle, you guys are building muscle, so important. Be consistent, that is what gets you results. Consistent and level up. Those 2 things, that will make the change. Take your right foot, step it forward, and lunge. Stretch out that hip flexor. Relax the shoulders. You did amazing, you did great. There should be no fears in lifting weights now. You nailed it. Come back a little bit so we have this alignment, ear, shoulder, hip, knee. And then reach up that arm, get a stretch here. You can do a little bend, you can grab it. We're gonna release, take that foot, step to the front, and then lunge back on the other leg. Knee down, and then push forward. Tell you, every time I come outside, there's something going on here. Today it's the fire sirens, and I don't know what else I hear. Ambulance, police. We hear the mowers, the blowers. It's all good though. I love it when I just hear the birds. I think this past year we heard the cicadas. Fun stuff. All right, take it back. Get that alignment, reach up that arm, and I'm telling you, if you can take your workout outside, There's so many benefits about being outside here. Not just the workout. Get that sun on you, get that fresh air. Enjoy the sounds that you hear. It's just a celebration. Yay, you did it. All right, take yourself to the front and then a wide straddle. Open up behind the back and then open up the chest. This is usually tight on most of us if you're sitting a lot during the day. This is a good little break from your chair, right? Come out of your chair, do this movement. You could do forward fold. Release the arms. And then I want you to lunge to that right side. You can keep the foot down or you can pull the toes up. I'm just laughing because there's so many sirens going on here. Do you hear them? There's something serious going on. I sure hope nobody's hurt. That's the biggest thing. Let's do a reach. Then stay here. Plant the foot, maybe get a little good inner thigh and switch to the other side. Hey, flexibility is your friend, right? This is where we can open up the muscles, the tendons, the ligaments, and then when we do our workouts, we can get more activation because we have fluidity. Right, drop, reach. And you should never tell me you don't have time to stretch. I see people have plenty of time, wasted time, right? So be more aware of your time. All right, back into a straddle. Step it in. Let's do a big inhale. Have that gratitude to this body for what it's doing for you to keep you here. Pull it into your heart, behind your head. Open up that chest. Look up. Release the arms. And one more big inhale. Whew, grateful to this body. Just keeping you here, keeping you strong. All right, you guys. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed it. Keep coming back, and I will see you here again soon.